Hi Lisa, I got your email where you suggested that you can't look back further than this payroll period on the timesheet. And I want to show you why you're getting that result, because actually it's something that I did, and I want to show you how to fix it, but I also want to show you how to use it to your advantage. Because the reason that you're getting this result is that I had filtered the timesheet so that you would only see this payroll period, and I accidentally left that filtering on. I want to show you how to turn that filtering off, but I also want to show you how to use filtering because it's a very powerful feature of Google Docs spreadsheets, and I know it's going to be helpful to you once you understand how to use it. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but let me just suggest that before I do that, you feel free to pause this video as we're going along so that you can do the steps while I'm doing them on the screen so that you can actually learn it, because it's only by doing it yourself that you're going to understand what's going on. So if I go over into the timesheet, I'm sure you're very familiar with this screen. And if we go down here, as you know, to the massive data sheet, we get in here and we see what you're seeing. Now again, you're seeing only the results for June 5th through 11th, and that's because I have filtering on. Filtering is controlled by this button up here, which is this green funnel, and I don't know why it's a funnel, but that's what it is. This button toggles filtering on or off, and if I hover over the button without actually pressing anything, you'll see that the label pops up, Turn Off Filter. So if I click on the button, because again, filtering is on now because I accidentally left it on, if I click on that button, what we can expect to have happen is have the filtering turn off, which means all the results will come back. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to click that button, and it takes a second, and then all of a sudden, all of our results are back. Okay? So that's how you fix that problem. And now you can see that there's no filtering left because the button is no longer green. But let me show you how we can use this to your advantage, okay? If I click this button again, I'm going to toggle filtering back on. It's off now. Click it again and it'll be back on. So I click it. And you can see that filtering turned on because all the column headings have this arrow that points down, indicating that there's a drop-down menu. So with filtering turned on, if I want to do what I did before, if I want to search for just the last pay period, I click the down arrow next to the week of heading, okay? And this little dialog pops up. Now you'll see that it's got all the different pay periods listed here. And they're all checked off because here in the data sheet as we see it now, we see them all. So that's how we're seeing it here, is that they're all checked off. If I clear them and I press OK, I get no results because now it's filtering everything out. That's obviously not a good result. So if I go back up to the filtering pull down for week of, if I were to check June 5th through 11th, and that's the only one that I have checked, once we press OK, and you have to scroll up sometimes. Now here we are, back to a place where we only see June 5th through 11th. So obviously you can go through here and you can selectively choose the pay period that you want to see. Say you wanted to go back, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but say you wanted to see the pay period of February 20th through 26th. You have to scroll up a little bit once you do it, and there they are. Okay, once you have stuff filtered, again, click it, no filtering on, bang, you get all the results back. Let's try something that might be a little bit more useful to you. Let's filter for employee. Okay, so we click filtering up here to toggle it back on. Now, instead of pulling the drop down next to week of, we pull the drop down next to employee name. All right, and again, employees. But say we only wanted to see the timesheets for Julie. Okay, we're going to clear everybody, and then we're just going to go back and we're going to check off Julie. Press OK, and here we go. We have only Julie's timesheets. All right. Now let me show you one more real quick thing. With Julie filtered, you can combine and you can add another filter. So say you only want to see Julie's timesheet for the last pay period. Julie's already filtered, and again, you can tell that Julie's filtered because next to employee name, the drop down here is a filter or a funnel rather than this down arrow. So all these other columns are not filtered. The only one that we have filtered right now is employee name. Let's add a second filter though. Let's pull the drop down next to week of. We'll clear that, And then we'll scroll down until we see June 5th through 11th. Check that off. Press OK. And now we only have Julie's timesheet for the 5th through the 11th. If we want to go back and see them all, again, we toggle filtering off. And bang, you've got them all. So that's the filtering function of Google Docs spreadsheet. I hope you enjoy it because, like I say, I think it's very powerful. It lets you zero in on just one employee or one pay period or anything else. You could zero in on any of these other columns, but I've only really found it useful for zeroing in on employee name or pay period or some combination of the two of them. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call.